Red Wing. Later, we got 3 box, 25, 26 Upper Deck Detroit Red Wing Centennial box set featuring 105 cards per box. Any given box set of Upper Deck Detroit Red Wing Centennial, we should be expecting 100 card base set, 3 gold parallels, 1 100th anniversary gold parallel, 1 back to greatness insert. We have a decent shot autograph. On top of that, I finally have a reason to open up some of these rare packs. But before we get into today's video, this video is sponsored by GP Sports Cards. Be sure to check out Friday Night Breaks going down this Friday, November 14th, featuring a big lineup including breaks for SB Authentic, Clear Cut, got a couple of break options for Premier, a couple of ultimate options with those big boy bounties, you got a buybacks and Gong Show repack mixer, you got a mini mega mixer, 6-box master hit select of 21-22 Upper Deck The Cup, and this Friday's Toronto Expo mega mixer featuring a half case of 21-22 The Cup, some huge GP buyback Expo packs, over $3,000+ in value, Panini contenders, and much more. So be sure to check out Friday Night Breaks. Also be sure to check out Toll Sports Cards, the retail storefront for GP Sports Cards, located in Toronto, Ontario, which is Upper Deck authorized internet retail. So be sure to check out new/upcoming product at tollsportscards.com. So thank you GP for sponsoring today's video. Also in the description, let's get into today's video. Detroit Red Wing Centennial. Before I continue on these box cuts, around $70 Canadian or $50 US. There's some give or take with that, but that seems to be the going for the box set. Now don't confuse these for the tins, the hobby version. They're coming out I think early next year. Same with the Rangers, same with the Blackhawks. So be sure to keep that in mind. Now the box set, what should we expect here? Well, first off, again, 100 card base set. Should be expecting the entire 100 card base set. Also, here's some of the omissions. So we get Fedorov, Thomas Holmstrom, Red Kelly, Johan Franzen, and Harry Lumley. Fedorov definitely the biggest omission from this. Like the Blackhawks Centennial, be sure to check out the Blackhawks Centennial. Instead of 3 bronze, you get 3 gold in here. And there's 1 100th anniversary gold per box. On top of that, there's 1 insert set in here. It's the back to greatness. There's 18 cards. You get 1 of them per box. So keep that in mind. Now, autographs are absolutely possible at 1 in 10 packs. Now, for a retail box, it's pretty good considering how varied the checklist is. Like a lot of really interesting names there. You got your NIKLAS LIDSTROM, Chris Chelios, Daryl Sittler, Alex Delvecchio, Luke Robitaille, Johnny Busick. So some guys that aren't really known as Red Wings, more other teams, but still really cool. Zetterberg, Scotty Bowman, Steve Yzerman, among others. Really good for a retail. All gonna be stickers though, unfortunately. But hey, if you're a Wings fan, this is a pretty cool option. And well, on top of this, I will be finally opening some 1920 Upper Deck Tim Hortons Detroit Red Wings packs that got sent to me by James like 5 years ago, one of the goats of supporters. But I'll check some of these out here. Definitely a weird set. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, Red Wings Centennial. Kind of disappointed there's no Sergei Fedorov, Thomas Holmstrom here. And Red Kelly. He had 4 cups with the Wings in the 50s. He's also prominent with the Leafs. But so here we go. Here's a 100 card box set. I know Lidstrom's number 1, so I guess they're gonna be all over the place because you have JT Compher on there. Obviously, we're gonna be looking for autographs in here in this box set. Of course, I will be checking out the hobby configuration, the tins when they come out. But here we go. Grab a clump here and check out the base for Wings Centennial. So there's JT Compher, current player there. Kind of reminds me of current o-pee-chee paper in terms of texture and all that. Doesn't feel that old school. So those his years with the Wings there, Kate. There's Danny Cleary, won the Cup in 08 with them. There's Matthew Schneider, some guys from 2000. There's Edvison, current guy there. Nephew Tyler, nice. And you have Kelly Kissio, brief stint in the 80s there. There's Dino Cicerelli, Chris Draper, very prominent one there. Long-time Red Wing, multiple cups with the Wings there. So okay. Maurice Salming, more known as a Leaf, but there's him towards the end of his career with the Detroit Red Wings. There's arguably one of the greatest defensemen of all time. NIKLAS LIDSTROM, won like 6 Norris trophies after the age of 30, which is ridiculous. All-time great defenseman there. There's Bruce McGregor, 1960s player. I know the Blackhawks set there wasn't really guys like pre-1960s. Maybe this is a better set. I don't know yet, but there's Nick Libet, better checklist that is. Reed Larson. There's Paul Woods, bunch of 70s guys there. Rogie Vachon, played a couple years there for the Wings. That's cool. There's Lucas Raymond, current guy there. Soderblom, current guy there. Bob Probert, former tough guy there. Rest in peace. There's Vlad Tarasenko, now in the Wild. 1 year with the Wings there, K. Ulf Samuelson, another guy that played what? How many games? 4 games. Detroit stat only, K. There's Glenn Hall, that's a cool one there. There's Patty Kane, the prominent guy in Blackhawks Centennial, but been on the Red Wings past couple of years. There's Dave Tiger Williams, probably more prominent as a Leaf and Canuck there, but K. There's P.S. Suter, now in the St. Louis Blues. Zetterberg, captain. Conn Smythe winner in 08 for the Wings there, that's a cool one there. Tim Cheveldae, before the Osgood era of the Wings. Then we have Ray Whitney, another guy that's probably not well known to be on the Wings, okay? Then you have Gerard Gallant, who's gone on to have a very successful coaching career. There's John Odwagnick, a couple stints there with the Wings. Daryl Sittler on the Wings, that's an interesting one there to say the least. Obviously, very prominent with the Leafs. I have the Leafs Centennial hobby box. Eventually, I will open. Bought it just because, you know, there's a lot of Centennial sets here. There's Matthew Dandino, Mikhail Samuelson, then you have Jimmy Howard, there you go. Definitely an up and down goalie for the Wings there. There's Luke Robitaille, more known as a LA King, I would say, yeah. There's Sebastian Cossa, currently on the Grand Rapids Griffins. There's Chris Chelios, definitely a prominent one there. He had an extremely long career. Marcel Dion, all-time great there. Started his career out with the Red Wings. Then you got Sam Gagner, ended his career pretty much with the Red Wings there. There's Adam Graves, brief stint there. Marco Casper, current guy. There's Adam Oates, another guy you don't necessarily think of Red Wings. There's Danny DeKaiser. There's Valtteri Filppula. Hey, Gordie Howe, there you go. The key ones there. He does have SSP autographs in here. But there you go. There's your Red Wings GOAT, followed by Stevie Y and Nick Lidstrom there. So that's cool to see Gordie Howe. He's card number 49 there. So okay, there's Gustav Nyquist. There's Darren McCarty, former grinder there for the Wings. Then you got Paul Gisbert, okay, early 90s there. There's Scotty Bowman, legendary coach, the GOAT of coaches, I would say for sure there. Got 3 cups with the Wings. There's Mo Sider, present guy obviously. There's Chris Osgood, cool. Good goalie, but not great goalie. I mean, he won cups, so there's Chris Osgood. There's Bill Ranford. That's a bit of a weird one there. Obviously, more prominent with other teams, like being a cup champ with the Oilers in 1990 there. There's Stevie Y. There you go. Another big name there. Another SSP autograph possible there. But there's Steve Yzerman. Questionable GM at this point. Yzerplan's taking a long time. I don't know if they have the high-end talent to really become a true contender, but there's a Stevie Y base. That's cool. There's Red Berenson, 1970s there. Hey, Terry Sawchuk. Nice. There's one of the greatest goalies to ever play right there. Terry Sawchuk. 50 to 55, 57 to 64, 68 69. So there you go. Terry Sawchuk. Very cool there. 350 career wins with the Wings. That's cool. Mike Modano. Just 1 year there. Mike Babcock scratched him, so he didn't get his 1500th career game. But there's him towards the end of his career. Obviously, more known as a North Star and Dallas Star. So there's Mike Modano. There's Alex Delvecchio, another Red Wings legend there. Among the league leaders in all-time points there. Multi-cup champ. So there's Paul Coffey, another guy, obviously more known as an Oiler. Maybe even a Penguin, but there's him on the Wings, Kate. There's Stu Grimson, former tough guy there. Pavel Datsyuk, nice. Red Wing lifer there. Only played for the Wings. Great numbers there. Elite two-way player. Magic man. So cool there. I do not think he has autographs in here. There's Joey Kocher. Current captain of the Wings. Then you got Pete Stemkowski. There's Andy Bathgate, more of a Rangers legend there, but played a couple years for the Wings. There's Ed Jockerman. You can say the exact same thing. There's Dennis Hextall. That's just 70s guys here. It's cool. Brad May, towards the end of his career there. More known for being a Sabre, I'd say, but he was on a number of teams, including the Leafs as well. There's Ray Shepard. Then you have Brendan Shanahan. Prominent one there. Won 3 cups with the Wings. There's Brendan Shanahan. Mike Vernon. That's cool. Then you have Kirk Maltby. Another guy's won a lot with the Wings there. There's Igor Larionov. Another guy that won quite a bit. 3 cups there with the Wings. That's cool. There's Larry Murphy. Then the Dominator. Nice. Dominic Hasek. One as a starter in 02 and the backup in 08. So all-time great goalies there. Did a lot of damage as a Sabre, but still legend there. Okay, here we go. Going back pretty far here. Sid Abel. 38 to 43. 46 52. That's good. Phil Peronic. Have a weird one there, even though he's a pretty good defenseman. There's Brad Park. Couple years there. There's Norm Ullman. A must-have in this set there. There's a Calvert K. That's interesting there. Andrew Kopp. So some present guys there. Jimmy Carson. Then you have Mike Foligno. 79 to 81 there. There's Marty Lapointe. 10 years there. There's Vaclav Nedermansky. 77 to 82 there. There's Keith Primo. Johnny Busick. Obviously more known as a Bruin, but played a couple years for the Wings there. Okay. There's Frank Mahovlich. Leafs legend. Also played for the Habs, but a few years for the Wings there. There's Bernie Fedorko. Then you have Cujo. Left the Leafs to try to win a cup. Never did win a cup there in the early 2000s. You have Nick Cronwall. Very solid, hard-hitting defenseman there. Long time with the Wings there. So there's Nick Cronwall. There's Slava Kozlov. Terrific offensive player there in his prime. There's Justin Abdelkader. A long career there with the Wings. And yeah, there you go. Brett Hull. Brief time, but he was on that ridiculous 02 team. Just loaded with Hall of Famers there. There's Drew Miller. Ryan Miller's brother. Decent bottom 6 career there. There's Berggren, present guy. Wendell Clark. Another weird one there. Okay. There's Ted Lindsay. All-time Wings. Great there for sure. There you go. Ted Lindsay. Glad to see him in here. Rick Zombo. Great name there. There's Jason Woolley. Hall of Fame there as well. There's Bob Roos. There's Darren Helm. Immediate impact. Won the cup with them in 08, right in the playoff run. But oh, here we go. We have the cards that are parallels here in the back. I don't know if we have an autograph in here, but here's our first gold. Bruce McGregor. And we have Nick Libet and Reed Larson. So there's the golds. And then we have like the Centennial gold in the back. But there's a back to greatness. 97 cup champ. Larry Murphy. Cool design there. Check the back there. Back to greatness. Larry Murphy. And our gold, our Centennial gold, is Ray Whitney. So not really any difference. Just the logo there. So there's the first box. We'll go through the second box a little faster. Yeah, I went through that a little slow there, but it's kind of cool. These are history. I mean, if the other Centennial set, like the Wings set, Rangers, Blackhawks, are as good as the Bruins, then they're going to be really good. So for this, we're just going to go to the back here because we've just seen all of this. We also have some of those weird Tim Hortons packs, but here we go. Oh, there you go. Gold, first gold, Steve Yzerman. Good one there. Might have a ka-ching. Then we have Red Berenson, our second gold there. Then we have Terry Sawchuk. Nice. 2 really good golds there. And then behind Sawchuk, we have another insert back to greatness. Bob Roos, 97 cup champs. So do we have an autograph here? No, it's just a gold. It's a Centennial gold there of Adam Oates. Oh, autograph yet. Hey. All right, and let's open up the third one, the final one. I mean, autos are 1 in 10. They're not that tough. So hopefully we can get one here. So again, I'll just take all this off. We already seen all this. And make our way to the end here. Well, we have Dave Tiger Williams. There's a gold there. Pia Suter. That's not a great one there. Henrik Zetterberg. Very solid one there. And then our back to greatness is Marty Lapointe. And then our Centennial gold is Matthew Dandino. No autograph there, unfortunately. So hey guys, there's the Detroit Red Wings Centennial box set. Before I go, let's open up some of these Tim Hortons Red Wings packs from 1920. So these came out like 5 years ago. These are like localized packs. The Blue Jackets, the Sabres also got these packs. The closest thing to getting Tim Hortons promotional packs in the States, but it's only a 20 card base set. And you get one insert, the building a winner in every pack. So only 30 cards in the total set. There's not really any chases here, so we'll have a look regardless. But there's a Justin Abdelkader, and you have Phil Peronic. So this is 1920. It has 18-19 stats there. And then you have building winner Phil Peronic. So all these guys are off the team there. So okay, and I believe are they all current? All current players here. There's Valtteri Filppula and Anthony Mantha, building winner. Okay, this is the early days of the Yzerplan here, but Darren Helm, Mike Green towards the end of the career there, and nephew Tyler Kate. So I'll open a handful of these, but it's very repetitive. You can't really get anything. Taro Hirose, there's Jimmy Howard and Michael Rasmussen. I mean, these do sell on eBay. These packs go for a couple bucks a pop. There's Franz Nielsen, even though you can't really get anything here. Nephew Tyler and building winner Cholowski. I think Larkin's like the only guy that's still in the team here. Robbie Fabry, Danny DeKaiser, and Athanasiou. That's moderately alarming there. There's Abdulkader Ronak, Philip Ronak again. Okay. All right, I'll open a few more of these packs. Get the idea. So, boss. There again. There's Philip, not even parallels in here, and Anthony Method. All right, this will be the last pack here because I see the Nephew Tyler in the back. There's Helm. There's Mike Green, and there you go. Building a winner, Nephew Tyler. So there's some Red Wings Tim Hortons packs. Okay. But yeah, when it comes to Centennial, if you're a Wings fan, you really enjoy it. All sticker autographs. Decent shot at autograph though, 1 in 10. Hobby version is gonna be pretty solid though. So there's that. Yeah, guys, stay tuned for more breaks to come. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.